All right, let's rock and roll. Got to get it over with. I had to do this. I've been doing it for like eight or 9 years now. This is Sci-Fi Express Lane. Best movies of the year for 2023. So this was painful because I don't really think this was a spectacular year for movies. I mean, there were some great movies, and always we pull out 10. I pull out 10 like really good ones, and they all deserve to be at the top 10. But was there an amazing pool to choose from? Shoot, after I get past 10, it starts dropping off severely. So I'll say this was a really bad year. I want to be careful how I say this. So it wasn't a year with a lot of great movies. However, I'm going to frame it at the end when I go through my 10 movies, and you'll see, there's something else that's valuable in this year of movies. All right, so my number one is Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, no doubt. It made it. It is what it is. I like the second, a sequel. I gotta look and see how many sequels made it to number one. But the first one, Coming Home was great. Now the In the Spider-Verse was great, and I loved all the other characters. I love his growth. I love what they did with the story. All right, so that's number one. Black Spider-Man. It is what it is. Number two, original story. Get out of here. Megan. Ever since I seen the trailer, I wanted to see the movie. And that is exactly how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to get turned on by the trailer. And I was excited, and the movie carried my energy all the way through. And I got some honorable mentions just for that. But number three was what do you call it? The Blackening. I can't tell you. I don't even know why I'm stumbling. But The Blackening is amazing. And it, again, wasn't something I looked forward to. Like at the beginning of the year, you say, oh, these are the movies I'm looking forward to next year. I didn't see this coming. And I actually saw it 3 times in the theater. How did I see it 3 times in the theater? I took somebody else. However, it was amazing. I enjoyed it. Black horror, redefined black horror. I blogged about it, talked about it individually. It is there. Number 3. Number 4, Chevalier. This is the story about a Frenchman who fought in the military, who out-violined and composed Beethoven, knocked him out, right? Oh my God. And the way they told the story is amazing. It's just, I think they cut the story too short, and I would have liked to have seen him in the military. I would like to have seen him become a black activist. So that was standing still amazing. A new black person I didn't know. The Outlaw Johnny Black. This is Michael Jai White. Not to be confused with Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Michael Tyson, and Michael B. Jordan. Michael Jai White. You already know who this dude is. He was Spawn, and he's played some major characters. He did his own thing. What do you call it? Black exploitation thing this time, and it hit. His previous black exploitation one, I didn't get it that much. I forgot the name of it, and it eludes me. But that just to show you, no disrespect. I respect him becoming a filmmaker, and this did it. And the messed up thing is, I had to go outside of my ticket use to what do you call it? To watch it. It wasn't playing in my local theater. That's crazy. But anyway, all right. Number 6. I really feel like some of these is blurred. This was Godzilla. Godzilla -1. I'm gonna take this up to 10. Some honorable mentions. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Godzilla -1. And I think the human story, tearjerker. I hate crying in stories, but damn, this one did it. I had tears. For real. Or just, I'm not saying I had tears. Let me not go that far. I did have teary buildup. and that is still relevant because it got me, you know, and it was classic Godzilla. They made him the misunderstood hero of whatever we're going through right now with global warming, war, technology, environmental. I don't know what Godzilla stands for, but you know, it is something. And they definitely made it confusing, and you didn't know whether he was bad or good. That's the way Godzilla's supposed to be. He's supposed to be an emissary from God. All right. Number 7, Gran Turismo. I remember playing the game. I remember the game not being as simple as I wanted it to be, and it did feel like a driving simulator. And for somebody to go from playing a video game to doing what's in the video game real is amazing. I mean, I don't expect to go and become Master Chief and fight on other planets, but you know, get experimented and grown and all of that. But if they could give me a suit where I couldn't get hurt, oh man, Halo is my favorite game. So for me to see somebody do that in real life, man, and you know, Gran Turismo was a fun racing game, and they made the story real hot. There was climactic build up and all types of stuff in it. So yeah, that's my number 7. And number 8, I don't know why this is low on the list. Every other movie deserves to be there, but maybe I'll just say this isn't like too much of an order. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it is nothing to deal with superhero movie fatigue. They just didn't have a lot of superhero movies, and I saw them all. So yeah, this one was good. I liked it. I like the High Evolutionary. That's my man. He's an amazing stretched face villain. Amazing. I love it. I love the backstory of Rocket. Give it to me. Give me more. I'm ready for Guardians of the Galaxy 4. This Guardians of the Galaxy actually got me to pull a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book off the shelf. I've never read Guardians of the Galaxy before, but this book made me want to read it. And number 9, Creed. It's ridiculous. I feel bad for Michael B. Jordan that this is number 9, but damn, it is number 10, and there's, you know, other movies that just beat out. But I liked Creed 3. Creed 3 was good. Jonathan Majors did his thing back-to-back months. He was just in Ant-Man 3, and now he's in this movie, and then he kind of fall from grace, but I believe he'll bounce back. Why did this movie make it in my list? Well, because I know the stories. I know what they're pulling from. I liked Rocky 1, 2, 3, and 4. We stop at 4, right? But I like the way they made it into their universe, because this guy is like Clubber Lang, but not necessarily Clubber Lang. And, you know, it's real. I'm waiting for him to fight a YouTuber, you know, but, you know, he'd have to fall off a little bit for that. But it was real suspenseful. I still don't, you know, Jonathan Majors maybe not like him. From somebody from Lovecraft Country and from what do you call it, the Western picture, oh God, I can't remember the one on Netflix. He always seemed nice, and I know he had a little sneaky look to him, but he always seemed like he was a nice guy. So for him to play somebody that was sinister, and I really didn't like him, no matter what, I didn't really like him in Creed 3, was great. That's what you're supposed to do, yo. Oh my God. All right, number 10. This is Exorcist True Believers. Now, why did this make the list over Nun 2? And Nun 2 could actually be right here with Exorcist True Believers, because I believe they were about the same. What I liked about Exorcist True Believers was they put Catholicism in its place. Holy moly, Catholicism has been out, had the monopoly on exorcisms, ghosts, the occult, and everything. No other religion, regular pastors, ministers, they were never thought to come in. Whether, Islam, I don't even know what they feel about the occult, right? Witch doctors, they get blamed for it, but you still run to the Catholic Church, to get your solution. So this movie put the Catholic Church in its place, and it was scary. The downside that I always joke that the black girl, she was scary, but she didn't look that pleasant and friendly and soft before the transition. She's not a bad looking young lady. It's not that they made her ugly or that she was ugly. It's just that the way they did the movie, there wasn't that much change. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they didn't do anything except put baby powder on and make her look ashy. That was it. She just looked ashy. They could have messed her teeth up or something. They could have done something, some cheap special effects. Golly, sheesh, all ghosts do is make you ashy. Come on. All right, so that rounds out my top 10. But what I am going to say is I've been debating on social media about remakes, sequels, reboots, and then I'm going to throw adaptations in there. And a lot of people act like, I don't want to see, why do they not come up with new original ideas? And to me, this is a response to Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. And Rebel Moon was trash, okay? We're going to say it, straight out trash. It was even not good for a Netflix movie. And streaming is supposed to be a little lower than theatrical movies. So I said, let me look at it. So out of my 10 list, right? Spider-Verse, that comes from comic books. That's adaptation. Megan is original. The Blackening is original. Whether Chevalier, we don't know, because we're going to say Chevalier was a real person. Okay, so we'll give that a bubble. Outlaw Johnny Black. Godzilla, we know what that is. Remake, reboot. Gran Turismo, that's like Chevalier. We can't really call it because that was a real life story, but we do know the story in the video game was an adaptation. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's Marvel. Creed 3, taken from the Creed universe. Exorcist, True Believers, that's another spinoff. We got 3 movies out of my top 10, right? And if I go to my top 15, you got Cocaine Bear, you got Ant-Man, Kong vs. Godzilla, you got John Wick. All of those, Cocaine Bear is the only other original, right? But I do this other thing, so I'll challenge people. A good story is a good story, right? So what do you think about remakes, reboots, adaptations, and sequels? Are you really against them? Are they not giving us some of the best movies? I mean, original stories, they have the biggest risk because you don't know anything about the characters. So it could fail flat on its feet, right? How many movies do we know in a year that fail are original stories compared to adaptations, sequels, reboots, and remakes, right? How many movies are there outside of that? So I think it's very hard to come up with an original story. It's very hard to make it a hit, and stories are important. So just because, it's Fast and Furious 10 or Mission Impossible 12, that doesn't mean it's going to be good. They still have to have a good story. And when they hit, man, look at Indiana Jones. That was decent. I didn't hate Indiana Jones. These things are not on my list. I didn't hate him. I like Mission Impossible. I like John Wick. I like The Nun 2. I like Cocaine Bear. That was original. So I like more movies in my top 10, but those are the best ones are the best. And then the other thing, this is the last point I'm going to make, and I'm probably going to do something more about it. I say black sci-fi is the future of science fiction. Well, I'll expand that and say black storylines, diverse storylines are the future. The 3 original stories that's on here, and even Chevalier and Gran Turismo, those 2 are both about black people, okay? One is biracial. The other one is a whole African in Haiti. Megan, The Blackening, and what was the third one? Outlaw Johnny Black. All original stories. The only original stories that made my top 10. All right? Why are they in the top 10? Well, they're black stories, and maybe because they have some black element to it makes them real appealing. Maybe it just appeals to me because I'm a black person. But I will ask you all to look within your top movies of the year. Looking in top movies of the last 2 years, I don't care. Tell me which ones are original, and if those originals have a if they're black, then that proves my point. So anyway, I'm over time. Happy New Year, everybody. This is my first blog of the year. Of course, I had to get stuff off my chest in addition to giving you my list, but I think I'm going to go back and cover these black movies being original stories and what that means for Hollywood. All right, like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.